know, Miss Mimi, she will share her inspire us today with her wisdom. She is actually Inner Works, which is part of Germination, Mr. Sir Roy, Jeremy. Um, so I invited her today because we need to have more uplifting and we need to be more positive in life. And here we go. The play. It's your turn now, Miss Mimi.
Okay, all right. Oh, well, I didn't prepare anything specific, but I think like going with the flow of what we are talking about. It's in let me start from the series of questions that we enjoyed answering, from each other. I think that's what life is. It's a mix of questions, like um, all possible things can be thrown in right in front of you, but and it doesn't matter if it's up or down or happy or sad, but the most important is, I know it's cliche, but it's how you bounce back, how you react, and how you deal with certain circumstances that you have. Like, I've been hearing a lot of, let's say, I don't like to say things like wrong and right, because if I say wrong and right, like, who am I to judge somebody? Because somebody's circumstances, it's not just like how we see it compared to what is really. So I would just always say, like, negative or positive, more on the negative side or more on the positive side, but both of it, even if it's like a positive or negative side of what's happening in our life, we can always take out something good out from that. Actually, guys, if you're going to think about it, all the negative or all the hardship, nawalan tayo ng, if we lost our job, we had a broken relationship, or broken trust, or, we lost money. All these negative things are just opportunity for us to grow. When I say grow is, if walang negative, we will be always comfortable to what we know. And once we get comfortable to what we know, we stop learning. And when we stop learning, that's when we start to decay. When I say decay is everything, if you notice around how the environment works, everything changes. There's always season, even if like just rainy or sunny season, or four season, you have winter, summer, fall, and spring. Everything changes, and if you're going to follow how the world works and how the universe flows, it's a circle. It's a never ending cycle. And us as a person, we should be like that as well. If something positive and we think like we reach a certain success in life, I think, like, it shouldn't stop there. So it's fine, because success means different to us. Maybe to me, success means just to be happy right now. And that is good. But life goes on, and another circumstance will be thrown on me, and that happiness cannot be sustained. So but that's the cycle. And then another challenge will come, and then the like what I said before, it's how you bounce back from these challenges. And then from this challenge, you are going to discover more of yourself. Like, oh, okay, so example, like a relationship has been broken, or a trust has been broken. So for me, okay, that's good, because it means that the person who really he is just showing who he is, not judging. Okay, not judging the person. It's just, like showing, like his negative, or her or the person negative or positive side, and for you to learn from that. You would think that, oh, I am stronger than what I think I am. Let's say I'm not gonna go further. Like, for me, okay, um I'm gonna share to you a little bit of my life story. You know, I'm an early mom. I had my firstborn when I was 18 years old. I just 18 years old, so I have two kids. Well, they're not kids; they're big boys. So 23 years old, and 12 to 24, and then turning 21. So they're big boys now. And since I am an early mom, and my relationship didn't work out with their father, and that's one of the reasons as well why I go abroad. Like any other stories of Filipino OFWs, or overseas workers around the world, we have to sacrifice. They say sacrifice sometimes our family, but this is a choice. This is a choice that I've taken, and I don't blame anybody for it. And I don't resent if my relationship didn't work out, or if I didn't manage to have my kids personally, taken care of. So I don't, I own that. This is our life. I always say my boys now, this is our life. So we have to learn from it. So, if you're gonna think about it, it's really sad na lumaki yung mga anak ko na hindi ko sila naalagaan talaga. But we don't think of it that way. Now that they're all grown up and they understood how life works then, so we have a really good relationship, and they've learned that there are different kinds of love, that you can love a person even if they are far. You can be expressive enough even if without the um physical touch. So for them, it become a challenge then growing up for them, na wala ako, na how can they express themselves. But that circumstances, imagine, like, little boys, like, walang nanay, di ba? But for them, it had been their training to be a responsible adult in life, and they are now, and I'm so proud of them. And for me too, like, in my life, like, how could I be more caring? How can I express my love to my sons? So we found a different way, na thankfully our internet, there's an internet now, unlike before, sulat lang, panis na yung balita bago pa makarating sa pamilya, di ba? So that's a little bit of my life story. What I'm just trying to say, guys, is, we can have different kind of love, and there's a lot of ways to express our love, care, and generosity. Like what Athena is doing towards you guys. Even if she hasn't met you personally, but she knows in her heart that you are the people that she wanted to help, and that is a different distinction kind of love. And sometimes it's sad because, like in life, you cannot help but people take advantage of certain kindness that we show. But then again, that is a challenge again for us. Like, let's not feel like being hurt about those people that failed our expectation, because these circumstances, like, will bring an opportunity for us to discover more about ourselves. Actually, I started Innerworks because I felt that I've been a lifelong um, um, student of life. And I love to read. I love to take courses. And what I find out is, everything what's happening to us, it got nothing to do in our life. When I say it got nothing to do in our life, because it's actually our inner self, how our inner mind works, how our heart heart works. So if we know ourselves, and if we are true to what we believe, with our mind, heart, and soul, nothing can stop us doing the things that we'd love to do. And nothing can frustrate us, because if we are true and we know what we want in life, hindi dahil mahirap ako, hindi ako magiging successful. Hindi dahil hindi ako nakapag-aral, hindi ako magiging successful. Those are just excuses, for those are just lame excuses that we say to ourselves. Pero the truth is, how many people that you know now, na, let's say, financially, let's say, like, successful, di ba, yung mga popular, especially sa Philippines, yung mga C, or yung mga, let's say, C, di ba, sila, yung may-ari ng SM, di ba, like, from well, expanded na talaga, pero pinaka-popular na SM na ano, di ba? Do you know, guys, that he started selling chinelas and whatever it is sa bangketa before, sa palengke, sa Binondo? That's how they started. Hindi naman
Mm.
sila mayaman eh. but that is generations. That's what I'm trying to say, guys. Like, you have the power to change your life. But you have to understand, you have to think about the picture, the longer goal, the bigger goal, the bigger plan ahead from you. Because whatever we do now, it always contributes to what for tomorrow, isn't it? So, lahat ng mga financial tycoons now, very seldom naman talaga yung nag-start sila ng mayaman. And even if we think, oh, dahil may anak siya ng mayaman, no, but yung ancestors niya, they're not rich. You know, they started from humble, nagbibenta lang, or humble fisherman, or humble na magsasaka. But this generation, and I think it's never too late. So if you think that you have, certain interest in whatever it is, I think you should start it now. Because even if hindi mo ngayon maaani, but like yung future generation, like with me, I try, it's hard. Mahirap ang trabaho sa abroad. However you put it, whether you're nagtatrabaho sa bahay, nurse, or whatever field, it's different. Isn't it, Athena? Athena knows that. So even if she's brought up in UK, but she has a very strong Filipino culture embedded in her upbringing. So mahirap. But like what I said before, with my children, choice ko na palakihin sila, na iwanan sila. But what I can do to help them survive and be better person. Maybe not the physical hug, but I made sure that they will be sent to a good school. They are going to be fed well, and they're not going to worry about money, because that's the kind of love that I can give to them. So, isa yon sa different kinds of love and different successes. Now, we can contribute. So, because if you are given the opportunity to grow, you should always grab it. Like example, you like to rap, yeah? Yes, and you're very very young. It doesn't matter if wala ka pang audience ngayon, konti lang ang like, but if you're gonna keep on doing it, practice. Practice always. So cliche again, but practice makes it perfect. Practice makes you untouchable. Because if you'll be doing it again and again and again, like how many times, it's going to become your natural. It's going to be like your natural, like as easy as you breathe, like as easy as you eat. It's natural. Rapping is going to be natural for you. It's like speaking, because you've done it so many times. And there won't be, like anything, there's always mistakes, and there's always like ups and downs, like how the world works. But it's how you react. Yeah, exactly. Like Jeremy says that, like if you keep on rapping, repetition, you're going to learn, and you're going to be express it more. So that's one thing, like keep doing what is true and what you love, not for the money, not for the fame, because that's what you love. Like you, like the coaches here that I had the pleasure to know, like Coach Jerry, diba? You like hosting, and you are so bubbly, and you're happy doing it. So you will find the right people to support you with what you like to do. Like, here you go, all of a sudden Athena is here, right? So, like circumstances in life will give you the opportunity to carry on what you're doing, to support you to what you're doing, if that is true to you. And with you as well, Trina, di ba? Like, you're so young, and like, it's funny when, Athena, we're teasing you to speak in English, because this is a room for you to grow. Di ba? Parang imagine if you are going to be more fluent and confident, in English and speaking English, you'll have wider audience, and mas mahahasa ka. But there's nothing wrong kung hindi ka pa straight mag-English, or kung preferred mo Tagalog. That is cool as well, because that is your specific unique thing to offer, di ba? So and it's, whatever it is, like I always say, what's the worst can happen? Nothing. Di ba? Wala. If you're not going to try, there's what's the worst can happen? If there's anything challenging in my life, I always say, like, well, what's the worst can happen? Nothing. You're just going to try. If you like it, go for it. Do it. If not, okay, and then just let it go. So, but the worst can happen is you didn't try, because you wouldn't know. So yung mga trials and mistakes, yun nga, di ba, disappointment, this is just opportunity for you to grow. I always say, no, I like it when people criticize me because it means that, I lack something that I need to work on that. I need to like refine it more and shift it more to what I know. And I think, learning and taking on, criticism. So that's another thing, when people criticize you, don't take it too personally. Remember, guys, pagka yung mga merong nagkikriticize sa inyo and sa atin, believe me, what they see is only a reflection of how they think. Sometimes it's not true, because that's just subjective. Yun lang yung nakikita nila because that's how they think. That's why, some people might like me, some people might hate me, some people feel jealous, and some people cheers me up, because that is subjective to them. So, well, don't take things personally. And even if it's like a negative criticism to you, or pipintasan ka, or instead na yung parang i-cheer ka, yung lalo ka pang put down, lalo pang i-highlight yung insecurity mo, don't take it personally. Because, what they see is a reflection of what they think. It's not always entirely true. But if you feel that there is something that needs to be changed, change it. Yun yung beauty ng life, guys. You have the free will. You can always change your mind. You can always shift. You can always you can always change, like the things that you don't like, and the things and improve the things that you like. But the most important is, that's why I had the inner work segment in germination. By the way, is a live streaming show as well, but we do physical events now since the COVID restriction has been lifted. So that's what I did that's why I felt like I have so much to tell to people. I have so much learning that I'm actually feel sometimes bursting. But the thing is that sometimes, here's the thing, sometimes people are not ready to listen. But it doesn't matter, guys, because the right people will hear you right. The right audience will come. The right support will come. Just do what you think is good for you and for others, and what is true in your heart and in your mind. Success, it's subjective. It could be just like happiness for me, or it could be more money for you, or it could be, like a happy romantic love life to anybody. So do not judge, because my chapter is different from your chapter. And I think one of the best gauge, if you see somebody succeeding and you're genuinely happy for them and you want them to grow, I think that's one indication that you are reaching a certain kind of level of understanding and awareness that life is for everybody. There's no scarcity. Like life, whatever's for you will always be will always be for you. Nothing can take that away. It doesn't matter how many mistakes, how many tries you had, pero if ikaw ang magiging star, you are going to be a star, because life will give you that opportunity no matter what happens. But the most important thing is to always be aligned with what your heart wants, and what your mind wants, and what your soul wants, because sometimes our heart is different from our mind. Kasi kung aligned yon, guys, so hindi ka mahihirapan na gawin yung mga necessary actions to do to reach your goals in life. Kapag yung heart mo ay aligned sa kung ano yung nakikita mo, sa future mo, hindi ka tatamarin na mag-live stream every day, hindi ka tatamarin mag-practice, mag-rap every day. So, it's become your driving force and catalyst, your everyday little action that will add up to your ultimate success, however you define it. So that's it, guys. So I think that's it.
Wow. Thank you so much for that. Wisdom.